So back here for the bottom of the 8th, and you certainly don't see this every day. I forgot that I had turned my screen brightness down to conserve battery on the computer because it can run low on you at times. And I accidentally turned the computer off as that's in the dirt for ball 1. Max Rosencrans out for another inning of work. So the stream cut out, so this is the second stream, but we are back, and no worries. That's swung on and sent through the 5-6 hole, a leadoff base hit.
We have officially fired everybody that has anything to do with the production truck.
Yes, things have only gone wrong, but hey, at least we've been able to stream the games. That's been an uphill battle in and of itself.
That's club baseball for you.
So Charlie Schrage will step back in, swing at the first pitch he sees, and drive it foul.
I think that went off the light pole.
Sounded like it.
That is not something you see all the time.
Light tower power.
And it bounced right back on the field. So we're going to have to stop to get that cleared.
And I just took a look at the score of the Kansas baseball game. UCF plating 3 in the bottom of the first. It's 4-3 in Orlando in the final game of that series.
Looking like that one's going to be a barn burner.
Certainly. That Kansas offense averaging about 9.5 runs a game. As that's going to run up and catch him. And there's 2 men aboard with nobody out. That's another new number we're seeing for the first time today. This is Charlie Jerpseth playing over at first right now. That runs outside ball 1.
I'm trying to say if there was any thought of retaliation behind that last pitch. It was an off-speed pitch, so if you're going to purposely hit a guy, you're going to try and hit him as hard as you can.
Yeah, certainly just a miss on the release point from that pitch. So that'll make it a 3-0 count. That runs outside. Rosencrans struggling with the command here, trying to keep his team in it. Kansas can certainly score 3 runs in the 9th. We'll see if they're able to piece it all together. Called for strike 1. In the dirt, ball 4. And the bases are loaded with nobody down here in the 8th. Creighton looking for some insurance here as Peyton McMillan will step in and we might have a pitching change. Shayton right on his way out to chat with Rosencrans, and it could be day done for him.
Absolutely crucial that who's ever pitching next, if it isn't Rosencrans, we cannot allow any more runs. And we saw what happened last inning with Kansas. They did it themselves. They got the bases loaded. So it sounds like they're also looking at a pinch runner. As I was saying, it looks like it is Rosencrans that's going to stay, but
they'll stick with him with nobody away, and now you've got to work around a serious jam if you're Max Rosencrans, and what very well could be the last ups for Creighton as they look to cap off the sweep.
The infield is in. They're going for home. No double play depth for the middle infield. Everybody's in.
Runs outside, ball 1. Catching the knees for strike 1, my apologies. Up high for ball 2.
Little surprised Shayton left him in. So we hear somebody screaming behind.
That runs in 3-1, a hitter's count. And And Rosencrantz struggling with command a little bit right now. As that's going to be chopped foul. Count going full here, 3-2.
No.
And we'll have a pinch runner over at first. So in a full count situation here, nowhere to put McMillan. Swings at that one, driven toward deep left field. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. One run will score with these. Here comes a second, a third around, and he got caught in no man's land. Throw back, not in time. He's safe. 2 runs score. Nearly a bases clearing double for McMillan, and it's 10-5 Creighton with nobody gone here in the 8th.
Not sure why he stopped there. It looked to me like he had home if he really wanted it. And I didn't think there was going to be much of a fight.
And that'll be day done for Rosencrantz, who exits. So we will take a break here as a new pitcher gets warmed up for Kansas. Back here in the bottom of the 8th, Kansas looking to give themselves a little bit of a chance, and as that skied on the infield and caught, there's one away.
What the? I'm not sure what the heck just happened.
Weird play there. You don't see a lot of that.
So it was a pop-up straight mile high into the sky to the second baseman. He caught it. The runner on third tagged about halfway, and Sniper got him.
Tried to pull a fast one almost as Kyle Davis is into pitch. He had joked before the game that he was going to get an inning, and would you look at that? He certainly is, as that's popped up out of play. And that hit a car. There you go.
The dreadful thud.
Boom. Never want to hear that. 0-1 now. Runs inside, and the count is even 1-1.
I don't know if I've ever seen that before. What happened?
Nah, the turf monster got him. Fouled back, and it's 1-2. Davis looking for a punch out. 1-2 is hammered out toward right field. Kay will go over. That's going to drop in the gap. Both runs are going to score pretty easily. Tag not in time. It's an RBI, bases clearing double, and it's 12-5 Creighton here with one away in the 8th.
I feel like broken record. We've mentioned this 6-7 times, I feel like, but there's another big inning.
Yeah, 4 runs, really nearly putting this one out of reach. John Frost will step in now. Swings at the first one he sees, out towards no man's land, but Swearingen makes the catch. Two down here in the 8th. Kansas looking to give themselves one more opportunity to put up a fight. Drew Oleshko steps in and jumps out of the way of the first pitch, as that's going to skip past Davis and roll to the outfield. Villegas got stuck in no man's land for a second, but he hustles back. Looks like he was debating heading for third, as it was just over the head of Kyle Davis on the mound. 1-0 count here. In the dirt, skips through Sherman's legs, and Villegas will walk into third standing up.
Tough one there to block. Went right through the 5-hole. Fortunate enough it rolled all the way back.
2-0 pitch fouled back to the screen, coming right at us. Some absolutely out-of-pocket things coming out of the Creighton dugout right now. 2-1 called, strike 2. Hammered, fair ball, sneaks down the right field gap. Oleshko will dig for second. He might keep going. That rolls all the way to the wall, and they'll hold him at third. A stand-up 2-out triple for Drew Oleshko, and it's 13-5 Creighton. Things have snowballed here in the 8th.
Mentioned that turf a couple of times yesterday. It happened again. That one hit the ground and just rolled forever.
Things snowballing here. It's now a 5-run 8th for Creighton, as that's a little high, and the mercy rule is still in effect. So if Creighton adds 2 more, this game is history.
So the winning run at the plate, too.
Called strike 1. Parker Flores, who's had a good day both behind the dish and at the plate, as he swings at that one, but it goes foul towards the Kansas dugout, and it's 1-2. And that'll run in and catch him on the leg. And they said it was a sassy bat throw. That's pretty funny. So Brady Schmidt will step in here.
He's having a good laugh about it out there, too.
Yeah, you know, that catches you on the meat of the leg. Nothing too painful. You know, you might feel it a little bit, but for the most part, it just bounces off, especially because that was an off-speed pitch. Brady Schmidt will leave that low, and Sherman looked for the back pick over at first. Couldn't get there. As that's going to run in and catch Schmidt on the small of the back now, and it'll load the bases again with 2 outs. Kyle Davis struggling out there on the mound.
Seen quite a few beanballs today, and I think it's fair to say the wheels have fallen off here in the 8th.
So Charlie Schrog will step in. Winning run sits on second here. Swings at the first pitch he sees and pops it up off the screen, foul. Athletic play over at third from Aiden Day to make the bare hands snag on the bounce. Davis kicks and deals. Swung on. Weird play there, and he's retired at first. Creighton adds 5. We head to the 9th inning. Kansas is going to need a big-time comeback. 13-5 Blue Jays the score. Back for the 9th and final inning of work here in Omaha. Kansas needing to mount a rally to get back into this one. Day swings at the second pitch he sees, popped up on the infield, and caught. There's one down. Jacob Bittner now stepping in. The 6, 7, and 8 hitters for Kansas here in the final inning. Left up high, ball 1. As that is also left up high, so quickly 2 balls to him. Bittner looking to spark a rally, swings at that one, sent out towards center field. It's over his head. Bittner getting on his horse. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. They're going to bring him into third, and they'll hold him there. Ball skips away, but they hold Bittner at third. He thought about heading for home. It's a stand-up triple for Jacob Bittner with 1 out here in the 9th. And Carson Kay will have an opportunity to start eating into this lead.
We saw the Jayhawks score 5 in the last inning yesterday, so they don't give up.
Spiked in the dirt for ball 1 there. As we have officially almost hit the 3-hour mark. Runs inside on Kay, and he'll skip out of the box. 2 hours, 58 minutes thus far. Up high, 3-0. Kay looking for a 1-out walk here. That would bring Ian Sherman to the plate. And he'll get that. So 2 on, 1 gone here for Ian Sherman in the 9th.
Wouldn't be surprised if they put Kay in motion over there.
Thought about squaring around, called strike 1.
Maybe a little hit and run action. See if he can't get something to hit the grass in the gap, because Kay will score from first.
Nearly a throwback there. Up high, back pick. Not in time. Another high one. Sherman has to duck out of the way, and it's 2-1. Batesinger struggling with that command a little bit, as that's called for strike 2. Announcer jinx right there, right as I said it.
Cue.
Batesinger doing great with the command right now. He'll kick and fire. Grounded over towards towards third to second. 5-4-3 it goes, and that will wrap it up. Creighton, 8 consecutive runs to put this game away. The Blue Jays cap off the sweep, and the Jayhawks fall to 0-10 on the year. That'll be all from Omaha.
Apart from that 8th inning, much better performance overall for the Jayhawks. Heartbreaking what happened, but overall, something to maybe build on. There are no moral victories, but they finally get to come home next week, and they'll still look for their first win.
So that'll do it here for KU Club Baseball. I'm Trevor Butler, joined alongside by Mason Kuntz, saying thank you all for watching and have a great